Hey guys, this is Arkelle here, and I'm back with another video. Sorry, it's taken a little while for me to get this video up. If you guys do watch my DeviantArt, then you guys know when I post videos, and it's been a little bit since I actually posted the drawing for this, so usually I try to post a video pretty close to when I actually post the picture on DeviantArt. But as always, the thing that always delays videos is that I never know what to talk about in the video, and you guys seem to really like it when I do talk in videos, but I finally figured out what I wanted to talk about in this video, and I thought it would be relevant to the times and would be a rather interesting thing to also hear you guys' sort of opinion and thoughts on, and that's actually what you guys sort of plan to do with your art, or your sort of aspirations for your art for the new year. What do you guys want to work towards within your own art? And for me, it's kind of a bit of a long thing to explain. But I'll do my best to explain it to you guys. And you know, guys probably know that I'm terrible at speaking, but hopefully I can explain this rather well. When I first started drawing, about 5 or so years, I think it's been now, when I first started taking drawing seriously, when you first start out, you kind of want to find yourself as an artist. You want to find the style that suits you, and you probably go through a lot of different styles because you're unsure of what you really want. And within the last about year or two, I've kind of become content with my style. It hasn't really changed very much in the last year or two as far as, like, you know, stylistically. And I've realized that I'm actually very content with the sort of direction and sort of my style that my art has right now. Obviously, I want to keep drawing anime since it's my favorite kind of art style and I love it very, very much. Even if people might not respect that because they don't. But anyway, I'm very content with my style as it is these days. But the thing that I want to focus on more so in the next year and the years to come, I think, is advancing my style as it is now. Like, not changing it, not doing anything too drastic to the way, like, it looks, or the way that I kind of, like, draw things, or my process behind it, or that kind of stuff. But more so becoming more adept at the, like, little intricacies that go into art. That's really what I've been focusing on the last year or so, like making, you know, my colors more deep and just harmonious, and, you know, focusing on light sources and perspective and just storytelling and all these kind of really important aspects of art that are just sort of universal regardless of what your style is. Just sort of putting in all these sort of, like, elements of design and art, those kind of things. I really like to focus on that this last year or so. And like I said, my style hasn't changed very much, and I realize that I'm rather content with it. And so in the new year, I definitely want to keep focusing on improving those sort of, like, elements of art, if that makes sense. Like, I want to take more time to sort of practice, you know, poses and facial expressions and backgrounds and cities and all that kind of extra little things that I think really, like, what's the word, kind of like elevate your art to the next level, if that makes sense. Because once you sort of know the direction that you want your art to take stylistically, then it's a matter of improving all of the sort of small details within your art, and all those little small details add up to, you know, your final finished drawing. And the more effort and knowledge that you have within all those small tiny details, it really gives the viewer the impression of skill within your art, like your level of mastery in art. It's not necessarily about the style that you choose, it's sort of your knowledge and your ability to do all these extra little detail things that, you know, really make it or break it, really. That's the best way to explain it. I know that, like, when I see people's art, it's not always so much about the style that they use, but, like, the way that that, like, light reflects on their hands when they draw, or just, like, the way that the sun shines in their pictures, the way the blades of grass move. It's little tiny things like that that can really add to the sort of, like, just professional look of your art. And that's the kind of stuff that I really want to focus on in the next year. I want to do a lot more like doodling in my sketchbooks and just a lot more practice and refinement and sort of, like I said, elevate my style and art as it is now to the sort of next level and keep doing that and improving and all the smaller things that I think I'm not quite very good at yet. Not saying that I'm anywhere near a professional or anything like that, because I'm certainly not. But I'm just finally content to a certain extent with my art, and that's just, it's really cool knowing that, because if you guys know me from a few years ago when I first like joined DeviantArt and that kind of stuff, I've always been very unconfident, if that's the word. I've never really had much confidence in anything that I do, honestly. I have a bit of an inferiority complex, if you guys don't know that, and it's always been very hard for me to sort of look at anything I do and say, you know, this is good, I like this, I think that I'm doing a good thing. And recently I've come to sort of see my art and not constantly think, oh my god, this is terrible, this is absolutely awful, as I did years before. Now I see my art and I'm like, this is the direction that I want to go, and I like this right now, I'm content with it, and I know that I can keep doing things to improve it and make it even better. And I want to get to a point in my life where I can look at my art and I can show my art to other people and have confidence and just be like, yeah, I made that and I hope you like it, because I really do too, and I really want to have that sincerity. Like I said, when I show my art, when I look at my art, when other people see it. And I really want to work towards that, and I think this next year, I think it'll be really good. I think it'll really help that, and I'm really excited for the next year, because like I said, I've never really had a lot of confidence in my art in previous years. But this year I finally think that I'm content with my style, and now it's just a matter of sort of just getting better and improving and just working towards the ultimate ideal, I think, if that makes sense. And I'm really happy and excited for that. So anyway, in the description, go ahead and, in the comments section, go ahead and tell me what your plans for this year, this new year is, as far as your art, what you want to achieve, and all that kind of cool stuff. I'm really interested in hearing like your plans for your art for this new year. So thank you guys so much for watching as always, and for listening to me ramble about nonsense. But I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, it's time for the signature weird turkey noises, so blah, 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 blah.